is not a preparation for life, but life itself.
At the College School, this could not be more true. Throughout the grades, we engage in experiential and thematically integrated projects which help us become better thinkers, better problem solvers, better writers, and better analysts who will be well prepared for any challenge that may lay ahead of us. Last spring, our kindergarten class accepted a commission to design, create, and install a mobile in our school's front entryway. A showcase of the college school and Reggio approach to learning, this project had authentic experiences, provocations, stimulating environments and materials, multiple ways of knowing, collaboration and dialogue, many forms of expression, documentation and reflection, and a beautiful and meaningful final product.
It is the sin of the soul to force young people into opinions, but it is culpable neglect not to impel young people into experiences.
I think the kids are encouraged to be so authentic, and it blows my mind if you allow them to be that way, what they bring. It just gives me a chill.
Well, it's a real destination. You know, it's a really concrete thing, having a commission to make something for a space.
Really exciting, I think, you know, when we first went out there and realized that we were going to have to change our area. You know, I thought that was the most exciting thing. We had been used to our entryway as one way when we walked in, and then now it was suddenly going to be changed, and everybody was like, what's going to happen?
And the place, when you come into the college school, it's in the first place that you enter. And it's this passageway that, coming in from the outside, everyone comes through the spot and everyone sees it.
The child's own instincts and powers furnish the material and give the starting point for all education.
And the day we came out here with you, Louise, and the questions that you posed to these kids as they lay, and here these kids are just like totally peeled back the onion and gotten to this level where they just look up and say, oh, I think it should be gems, and I think it should be keys. A dog chasing, right, or keys, or I just love that day. That really made me happy.
So if this beautiful installation for the whole school needs to explain what the college school is about and be beautiful and welcoming, what should it have in it?
We should have some wild people that look like the college school people in a wild college school. Yes.
Mirrors. What would the mirrors do?
They will jingle. We could put these, like, you know, those house things that shine out back up them usually on Halloween. I want those to be shining on the mobile so it'll make it, like, look sparkly. If the door opens and it's windy, then it will make noise. Yep, now asking me this question.
Okay.
How are we gonna get the mobile up there with hanging? And I thought maybe Instagram said with strong wire. Right there, because there's no lights there.
There's plenty of room for it there.
You guys were laying in the entryway and you were imagining what kind of sculpture or what kind of mobile could hang in that space.
thinking of tree branches?
And wood.
And wood. Anna?
Wire.
And wire.
And leaves. And leaves. I noticed the similarity that is made out of wood, and we have sticks, and it's dried out. When they were making that thing up there, I think they were thinking about Mickey Mouse.
Why do you think that, Ethan?
Because it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse.
On top, the shape does.
Yeah.
I see something. See that it's tiny up there, and then it's tiny down here, and then it's big right here, and then it's big right there.
The first question was, where do you think this piece of wood came from? I know you have some idea because Allie told us a little bit, but where do you think it came from, Ethan?
A tree.
You think it came from a tree, a forest? Other thoughts? Charlie?
On the ground.
You think it came from on the ground?
The Greensfelder connection, you know, that we're going to find out where the log had been and where it's, you know, and we'll be walking in its path and walking with it. It's pretty exciting.
The learning environment must be flexible over time and be open to modification by the children's processes of self-learning as they interact with it and the materials within it.
I can change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place. With my own two hands, make it a kinder place. With my own two hands, with my own two hands. I can make peace on earth with my own two hands. I can clean up the earth with my own two hands. I can reach out to you with my own two hands. With my own two hands.
Putting just materials that we don't know how they're connected. We haven't reasoned out why we're using wire, wood, and glass. But we know that for some reason, or I think they work well together. I grabbed colors that aren't entirely a natural palette, but are kind of based around that. And instead of saying red, I don't think so, too bright, we said, well, the red looks good on the wood. And we trust that. And then the kids, they see that, and they're attracted to it, and it's just so natural, and it's just such an immediate knowledge of things to just touch those materials and see what they can do.
Claire, how do you like mine, Claire? Huh. It makes sound too. Did you like Claire? I like Claire because I like ants and Claire in the back of my house, laying on my house. I like watching them swimming. This. Oh. I was kind of white then.
Yeah, so you know what that looks like. It's touching its body. And then you got different colors. That's really pretty.
Well, it's interesting.
Need some wire?
This. How am I crazy?
Should I cut a
Hey,
piece
look,
for you?
hang on this. There's no hole. 100 times. I know how to do it. 15 of these are yours. Yeah, they're dancing ladies. No, this is a boy. This is a girl. Yeah. Which one do you want, the boy or girl? Both. Someone's going to do this. What's this? What's this? What's yours? Stuff. You want to see something really pretty? That is one. This butterfly. Ooh. Put another stool underneath here so it's balanced for.
Okay, let's try it.
Look at what I did. Look at what I did. I found out that this goes right. Look what I put.
Does it go there? Will it stay there?
Oh, no, but it does fit perfect.
How else could we
How
attach
about we
things?
tape it on? There's
see
glue
tape?
over here. You need glue.
Well, we're not going to
Whoa, and I got that. You put it back up. Right here. Reggio encourages the cultivation and elaboration of multiple representations and multiple intelligences for discovering the world around them.
So when you start thinking about this project and you start thinking, what are they learning about trees? So what are they learning about science? What are they learning about process? What are they learning about art, materials, and skills of working with materials? How are they learning about collaboration, about working together, and communication skills? What are they learning about technology, documenting, making the book, and reflecting afterwards? They're writing, they're sketching, they're learning about life cycles and bigger ideas, sort of about life. And they're also working in a very poetic way with poetic sensibilities. So I think the size of this project and the success of it comes from the fact that I've got 8 things here, knowledge types that I just thought about quickly, and ways of knowing things and learning things that are all overlapping in this project. So
Matthew found the root systems of trees over in that hollow, and then they were looking down and they had found another animal nest.
There's these rings, and they tell how old the trees are if you chop them down.
Where are the rings?
In the middle of the tree.
I'm going to give you each one of these. This isn't this tree, but it is a tree. And I just want you, like Brooks was saying, to study the inside and look really carefully. You have to be really careful with these.
I worked with the kids on the letter to the parents about asking for materials for the classroom, and we started with the question, what makes a good letter? What are the components of a good letter?
And so in terms of 6 traits, they were not only thinking about ideas, but they were thinking about conventions and presentation, if we're talking about from this book.
The whole group generated a long, wonderful list of action words, and then we used colored pencils and markers to figure out a way to, how could you show the word, for example, hang, how could you show the word hang on a piece of paper and also illustrate the concept? And so that was the first thing that we did, and then they each took a piece of wire and did the same thing, tried to illustrate the concept of the action word with wire, and then also the third step was to then take the wire and form the letters. So they were practicing, that also reinforces one of our curricular pieces, that they're reinforcing formation, letter formation.
The emphasis of our educational approach is placed on each child in relation to other children, teachers, parents, and cultural surroundings.
I think the success of the collaboration has to do with not everyone sort of accepting that the collaboration doesn't revolve around the product, it revolves around the process. For everyone can see it. Point on the drawing where it is. Look at Charlie. Tell us about how you...
is the butterfly.
I see one actually hanging on the wire.
On top.
They're on top rather than hanging underneath. And I think that's very creative, Claire, because I had never thought of that. I think that's very interesting.
The arts are a form of expression, communication, observation, and thought. They are integral to the development of cognitive skills such as listening, thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Through documentation and reflection, children become even more curious, interested, and confident as they contemplate the meaning of what they have achieved.
They drew some of their first ideas about what the mobile should include and what it should look like. I just found this I think this says "I love you" in sign language. So they had their first drawings of what they envisioned the mobile being. Then they had all their ideas over a period of about several weeks where we were talking about their ideas and going out in the space. Then we thought we need to collect the materials, and then we need to find somebody to help us with the major structure. And that's when Allie came. That's when we found Allie through Mary Jo.
It's really good. It's really fun, but it's a really good picture. This is a picture of a bell that I'm going to make, but I'm not finished with it yet. Well, I'm not finished with how I'm making it. I'm finished with my drawing, just not how I'm making it.
Can I see the drawing?
And this is my sculpture. Ultimately, like a story that reaches an appropriate ending, the exploration of a theme comes to a close. Thereafter, the final products that have been created are placed on display so that parents, other children, and members of the community can observe them, learn from them, and appreciate the care with which they have been executed and mounted.
So I took the log out of the classroom, and I took the great majority of the things that the kids had made, as well as the sketches that they had drawn for what the product would look like.
Thank you.